Why is rent so serious? Like, the other bills, I feel like you can play around with a little bit. You got a little wiggle room. But that rent, you don't play with that rent. No cap. The light bill is probably the most lenient bill you got. Because you can literally not pay them people for a whole month and they still won't cut your lights off. Don't wait too long now. But they'll give you a few weeks. I'm not even gonna lie to you. The Wi-Fi, they'll even give you 2 weeks. Maybe a week, 2 weeks. Somewhere in between that range. And if you call them, they might even give you a little bit longer. Gas company, that's another one. They will give you about 3-4 weeks. Phone bill. Now, depending on who you got, they might give you a few days. If you call, they might give you 24, 48-hour extension, sometimes even a week. I couldn't even tell you about, like, if you call the office, if they get, I don't know, because I don't even play like that. Like, that rent, that motherfucker serious. She don't play. She gonna stand on business. Everybody else might give you a little wiggle room, but that one, oh, baby, you don't play with her. She gonna get hers first. Fuck what everybody else got going on. You better pay her.
Hi guys, welcome back to This African Perspective. Thank you for stopping by. So we're going to be checking out videos on rent. So we have some tenants who are owing their landlord, I think, over 60,000. They have refused to pay their rent due to the issues that they're having. Like, the landlord isn't doing anything to, like, repair or adjust anything in the house, and like there's literally no improvement to the house. And we know how rent has become so expensive. It has just consistently keep rising and rising above people's head. We're going to be checking out a few rants about this, but before we get right into this video, please make sure you click the like button. It helps with the algorithm and I appreciate that. And subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Let's get right into it.
Tell me how I pay around $1,200 a month for rent per month, and I need to renew my lease. How is it they can increase my rent 105% at least? I kid you not. I kid you not. They're now asking for over $2,600. I never heard of an increase like this in my entire life. I've never heard of an increase like this in my life. I am absolutely mortified. I don't know what I'm going to do.
I don't understand how anybody is paying rent right now. I just had a very stressful shower. I signed my lease renewal in the shower, like, digitally. And I was like, damn, you guys are increasing the rent again. Interesting. Let me look to see, like, what else is available because, like, how dare you? And this is low. Like, what I pay here is low. And it's in an otherwise very expensive area. And then I'm just like, well, damn, let me just take a quick peek out of anxiety at other job listings that would fit my schedule while I go to school, college. And I'm on the high end. I make a high pay for what I do. And I'm just like, how are people who do what I do for a day job, how are they paying their rent that is likely higher than what I'm paying now? At a lower pay rate. Somebody's lying. Somebody's lying about their income. Somebody's lying about, like, who's helping them. I don't get it. I don't get how we're doing this. Like, what do you mean I'm paying, like, $1,000 for that? What do you mean I'm paying $1,000 for that?
These tenants owe their landlords $60,000. But they're not paying.
Would you pay rent anywhere that you can't take a bath, or you got holes in your apartment and you're infested with bugs? I don't think so. I have, like, holes in my wall, I have mold in my windows, I have mold in the tub. I have went a week without taking a bath because of how my tub is operating.
These renters, part of a tenant union in Kansas City, Missouri, are withholding their rent, launching the first coordinated rent strike in decades. But their target isn't just their landlord, it's also the federal government.
I'm on strike for me and for my neighbors. Yeah. No one deserves to live like this.
Tenants at Quality Hill Towers, one of the 2 buildings KC tenants are striking, say their landlord, Sentinel, rarely addresses complaints about living conditions. But Sentinel has spent nearly $1 million on payroll and marketing.
I've been at Quality Hill Towers since September of 2021. Nothing has changed over the 3 years I've been here. I'm flooding in 601, I moved to 401, I'm flooding. It's the same thing. You got some people that can't turn their sink on.
After repeatedly trying to get their basic needs met, KC Tenants members of Quality Hill Towers and Independence Towers are collectively withholding over $60,000 in rent to force their landlords' hands.
It's a really good idea to not let one person fight the fight. It's strength in numbers. And I feel like it's probably one of the best ways to get something accomplished.
We stand 10 toes down.
Striking tenants are targeting both their corporate landlords and the agency that oversees their loans, the Federal Housing Finance Agency. Quality Hill Towers and Independence Towers have received a combined $15 million in loans from Fannie Mae.
Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are two government-sponsored banks that do $150 billion in business with our landlords every year.
Through Fannie and Freddie, our tax dollars subsidize unresponsive slumlords like Sentinel.
So we're not only demanding fixes from the landlord, we're also demanding that the regulator take a proactive and aggressive stance to address the systemic issues by attaching national rent caps as a condition of every federally backed loan.
Tenants have three demands: a national rent cap.
National rent caps would look like 3% annual rent increase caps or better.
A change in ownership of the two buildings they're striking.
The new ownership looks like Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac putting the owners of these properties into receivership and giving the tenants in the buildings a seat at the table to determine who is actually the next steward of their property.
And the right to collectively bargain for better leases.
It's the idea that tenants, like workers on a job site, can get together and actually bargain for a better contract with their landlord that protects them in their homes.
We are looking to hopefully foreclose on Sentinel and bring in a new landlord, but with some sort of agreement that they do not raise rent and don't allow us to live in the slums, basically the projects of downtown.
Today, tenants are paying more money than they've ever paid in rent for worse conditions than they've ever endured. So the 1st of this month was a great opportunity to strike. The 1st of next month will be a great opportunity to strike, and on until tenants win what we are owed.
I am absolutely speechless at this setup right now. I mean, I get being a DIYer, but on an Avalanche, dude, you just built a whole ass apartment? What the fuck? Today we're back at the Avalanche Apartment. Let's go knock on the door and ask some questions. I think the Ring doorbell is dead and nobody's home. But we can get a close-up of what's going on here.
I literally don't want to be here. Life is not fun. I'm not having fun at all. And I decided to lay down like a fucking hot and ready Little Caesars pizza and have 2 fucking kids. So I literally can't do nothing to myself. I have kids. With that being said, housing is the most depressing thing to deal with as a young adult. And if one more of my white friends that I grew up with ask me why my parents can't co-sign, I'm gonna slap the shit out of you. We live 2 different lives. My parents cannot co-sign on a loan for a penny. With that being said, all the affordable apartments are waitlisted and all the unaffordable apartments are move-in ready. Of course y'all have 147 units ready because y'all are $1,800 for a 2 bedroom. Nobody's moving into that shit, dude. So I drove all the way to Villa Rica because I'm willing to humble myself to go as far as I can to get a cheap apartment. And to my knowledge, even though 2 people I know just moved in, to my knowledge, it's a wait list of 300 people on it. You want to know why it's a wait list of 300 people on it? Because these are 2 bedrooms, updated appliances, utilities included for $900. Nobody's moving out. Then the leasing agent was like, lease renewals are coming up for all the people that moved in last year in November. Somebody might move out and there's still 300 people in front of me. You gonna skip all 300 people and come to my application? No, I hate being discouraged. No, I don't even want the fucking application. And then I go tour these new apartments in Lithia Springs and they're $1,800 plus $100 for the utility package. So $1,900. That's not including rent. It's not including electricity. That's not including school's tuition. That's not including my car note. And my car note, my car insurance by itself is $1,000. I know I saw my life. I signed the worst. I signed death row on that. I know that. You don't have to tell me. I know that. And it don't matter how much money I make. It don't matter how many nights I'm in a strip club. It don't matter if I pick up a part-time, second time. It don't fucking matter. It never feels like enough money.
Lately, when men over like 35 ask me, I ask my number, I just say yeah. I'm so sick of taking care of myself all by myself, bro. Listen, I am 27 with purple hair and purple beads in my hair. You understand? And you're 38 with a graying beard. I know what you want. And I think you know what I want. I'll give it to you. Just be cool about it. Just be cool about it. I'm just so tired, bro. I'm so tired. It's just so fucking expensive nowadays.
I want you to understand just how insane the cost of housing is. In 2016, the median rent in Flatbush was $1,283 a month. Today, $2,800. That is a jump that surpasses inflation. That is a jump that only Luigi could make. This is why a majority of New Yorkers are rent burdened, meaning 30% or more of their salary is going to rent. So forget about saving for 401k, but thank God our Social Security is so robust. We won't even need our 401ks. In all seriousness, the cost of rent and housing insecurity also impacts people being able to vote. A Princeton study found that during the 2016 election, a 1% decrease in evictions would have led to a nearly 3% increase in voter turnout. Here's why. When people are couch surfing, they may not be in a place near where they are registered to vote. And because they are bouncing from place to place, they're likely not changing their voter registration. And if you think life is going to get better when you're older, think again. 1 million people nationwide over the age of 65 are living with roommates as a way to help them afford housing costs. I reported on all of this in a new digital series that the local PBS in New York City just dropped. It was a collaboration between them and Epicenter NYC. If you're as obsessed as I am about affordable housing, you should watch it. But here are some of the key takeaways. The Supreme Court and who's nominated to the court can impact rent stabilization. One of our experts told us that landlords have been trying to sue to get rid of it, and at the last hearing, Clarence Thomas gave them a roadmap into how to make that happen. My second point, homeowner credits and down payment assistance is great, but most people can't afford to buy a home or save for it when they are being crushed by rent.
I feel like really, to be honest, just like everybody has said in this video, rent is ridiculously high, and hopefully we are really struggling. Like, it's a struggle to actually pay this rent all the time, every month. And hopefully all the necessary measures that need to be taken to reduce it, to get it to the point where the landlords reduce the rent, should actually be taken, because at this point I don't know how we're going to continue doing this, how we're going to make it like this with all this constant rise in prices of everything. Literally, it's too much, and I just can't wait for it to stop. I can't wait for it to just be over with. You've made it to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching this video to the very end. I really appreciate you. Please don't forget to click the like button. Like I said, it helps with the algorithm, and I appreciate that so much. And subscribe to the channel if you're new here and you're watching me for the very first time. Hit on your notification bell to get notified every time I post a new video, and leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think about this video. I will see you on the next one. Bye.